we will use the help of the intrepid Will Selvett in the newsroom in Culver City. Will, we're in our unique mode today.
You're the one.
Yes, absolutely you are, but that's every day. But let's go now to Gerald McCoy in his situation, because for the first time in 9 years, the veteran defensive tackle is suiting up for a team other than the Buccaneers. McCoy is starting over in Carolina, where he'll get a chance to face former mates twice a year, and you better believe he'll be motivated. After all, not only did the Bucs release him, they already gave away his number 93 to Ndamukong Suh. McCoy picking the Panthers over the Ravens and the Browns, the six-time Pro Bowler inking a one-year deal. McCoy insists he picked Carolina because it gave him the best opportunity to make a deep postseason run.
The reason I'm here is because I was quoted as saying I wanted to go to a contender, and every ounce of me feels like this team is a true contender, and the NFC South champs are the New Orleans Saints, and they're known to have a great offense. And in order to take them out, you got to have a great defense. And Carolina Panthers have been known to have a great defense. And I just want to add to that. And I truly believe with the addition of me and all the pieces that are already here, got a great shot.
And look at that smile. Redskins offensive tackle Trent Williams skipping the first day of mandatory minicamp as he looks to negotiate a new contract. Williams has 2 seasons remaining on his 5-year contract. They made him the highest paid tackle in NFL history when he signed the deal back in 2015. Head coach Jay Gruden says he wants Williams back, quote, in the worst way. And linebacker Navarro Bowman officially retiring Tuesday as a member of the 49ers. Bowman played 7+ seasons in San Francisco and was named to 4 Pro Bowls during his time with the team. He ended his career with the Raiders. Now, GM John Lynch saying, quote, Navarro gave his heart and soul to this team for the last 8 years, and we are extremely grateful. And we are extremely grateful that he also played alongside Patrick Willis, because in the middle, those linebackers made a lethal duo in San Francisco, Nate.
You're right about that, Will. We appreciate it, man. I can't chat with you too long because I have somebody I got to get to, one of the best guests we ever had here at the table. We'll check back in with you a little bit later. If you're at home and you're about to go to work, don't go to work. And if you're about to go to school, just go ahead and skip, because I'm about to fan out, and I hope you do too. We're now joined by one of the greatest receivers to ever play the game. Straight up, he was a 7-time Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champion. He racked up over 13,000 yards over the course of his 11-year career. He had more yards through his first 9 seasons than any other receiver in NFL history.
Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame. Talking about an HOF. Yes, you're right about that. He put up over 1,300 yards in an NFL record, 6 straight seasons. The numbers are crazy.
Nate's still going.
I'm a big
Hall of Fame,
fan.
Nate.
Please welcome to the breakfast table. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Soon to be Hall of Fame.
Woo!
Big game. Torry Holt.
What's up, Torry?
What's happening, man?
Man,
very well done.
Man, listen,
you.
I gotta give you just due, man. I've always looked up to you on and off the field, so I'm glad you're here.
Right on.
I'm never shy about telling people how much I love them. So I love you, brother, and I'm glad you joined us. Big game.
Yeah.
That's the nickname.
That's it.
And you had those big games. It was well earned. You had big playoff performances, over 100 yards, a TD. And the biggest game there is, the Super Bowl. Yeah. But it didn't originate in the NFL. Where did the big game nickname come from?
Well, that goes all the way back to college. So when I was in college, I wore glasses, so I still wear glasses.
Yeah.
And I was having these big games. So Morocco Brown, who's now with the Indianapolis Colts, in the scouting department, started calling me Big Frames. Game.
Yeah.
Okay. So I started having more big games, going to the National Football League, and went from Big Frames game to just big game.
Love it.
So that's where it originated.
I didn't even know that.
And the original, though, and respect due to my guy James Worthy, he's the original big.
He is.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
So, and one of my favorite players of all time.
Rock the goggles, too.
When I was in prep school at Hargrave Military Academy, I wore the goggles.
Is that right?
With the strap on the back.
And I had no problem because James Worthy wore them, so I was cool.
He was a legend.
Way cooler than the Kurt Rambis glasses.
Way cooler. And then when Horace Grant and all those guys came on, they started making them very fashionable.
Yeah.
But that's how the big game name originated, from big game frames to just big game.
All right.
Love it.
We got to make you big fame, though. I'm talking about Canton, Ohio.
Yeah.
We didn't even get through the bio, and you're screaming it. You and Isaac Bruce,
Yeah.
longtime teammate, you've been knocking on the door.
Yeah.
It hasn't been opened. Why not?
I don't know. I mean, our resume speaks for itself. Yeah. And I played on the team with Kurt Warner, Marshall Falk,
Orlando,
Bass, Isaac Bruce.
Right.
The list goes on. So I think for me, I may have gotten a little overshadowed. But when you look at the production and look at the work
numbers
that I was able to do, I was on Hall of Fame level just as those guys were. And when I was playing with these dudes, I used to be like, if I can raise my level up to these guys' level, we're going to be that much more dominant.
We all get in.
We all get in. Mm-hmm. And so we'll see. Look, numbers is there, all pro, all decade. We didn't even mention that, all decade. Think about the receivers in our era. Marvin Harrison, Randy Moss, Terrell Owens, Isaac Bruce, myself. I was on the all-decade team, took our team to the Super Bowl, helped our team, helped our city, helped our team go to 2 Super Bowls. So I think I check off all the boxes. Now it's just a matter of the voters saying, hey, look, I know he only played 11 years because I hear, he only played 11 years and he only had 75-some touchdowns.
Doesn't matter.
Well, heck, I mean, Marshall had 100-some. Isaac had 90.
Terrell Davis played 9.
Terrell Davis played 8 or 9 years. Yeah. He was very productive. I played 11 years. I was very productive in those 11 years, almost 14,000 yards in just 11 years. No one's ever done that. And you mentioned it, 9 straight years of whatever it was.
Better those 9 seasons. Better than Terry Rice.
6 straight years of 1,300 yards is insane. Can we fact check that? Is that true? That's crazy.
So I think the production, the resume, and all that is there. It's just a matter of the voters saying, hey, let's seriously consider Torry Holt, Isaac Bruce being into the Hall of Fame. So we'll see, man. I got my fingers crossed. I'm going to keep fighting. I was out in L.A. last year with Tom Mack, the great Tom Mack, great Ram.
Of course.
And he said, Torry, do not stop fighting.
Yeah.
Okay, I can tell you want it.
And we're going to fight for you.
You want it, man, bad.
Yeah.
Good,
I mean, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a tremendous honor. And, I love the game of football. I love teaching and sharing the game of football. I'm still around the game. I'm now with the Legends community. I still go out to Los Angeles, go to training camps.
Love it.
So I love everything that football has done for my life, and I'm hoping that I can continue to, continue to raise the bar and continue to be a great representation of our league.
Torry, it's an honor to have you here at the breakfast table, and it's also your birthday. So
happy
birthday, dude! Come on. That we never do. You guys can back me up on this. I'm going to show you guys something that is a highly coveted item that we never give guests, the biggest ones. One of these. I'm not kidding. We've had lots of people want these, but we'd like to give you a brand new spanking mug.
I got room in my luggage.
There you go.
I really appreciate that.
That's a big deal.
That's a huge gift.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Happy 30th, man.
Black.
You look good, man.
Thank you, man. I'm trying.
I know
I got young kids, so I'm running behind them, and I coach high school football the last 4 years, which we'll talk about. So
there you go.
I've
been able to kind of stay in shape.
I saw you back there in the hallway when we were talking about the wide receiver bracket and the voting we had going on. We, of course, are down to Final Four, and Antonio Brown did not make it. Odell Beckham Jr. beat him out. So the final are D-Hop, Julio Jones, Michael Thomas, and Odell Beckham Jr. What do you make of Antonio Brown and how it's going to play out there in Oakland?
I think he's going to go ball out in Oakland. I mean, if you look at and read everything that's coming out of Oakland and the job that he's doing and how he's practicing. And to me, that's the biggest difference in Oakland is you got a guy like Antonio Brown who's very, very productive on the football field, right?
Yeah.
But he's also really good in practice. He has great practice habits.
No doubt.
Permeates through the entire team. When your best player is your hardest worker, that permeates through the team. That sets them up to be better than what they were last year. And when you look at his production just year after year after year after year after year, AB, and you ran off my numbers, when I think about production, I think about AB.
No doubt.
I think about Julio Jones. I think about DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah.
I think about Mike Evans.
No doubt.
These guys are very, very productive. So to see AB not on that on that Final Four list was disappointing to me.
Who would you take out?
I would take out Mike Thomas. Mike's an up-and-coming guy. He's coming.
That's production,
really
though.
good.
He had 125 catches, Torry.
Very, very productive. No question. Very, very, very productive. But I probably would take Mike Thomas off of that list and add AB into that list.
Okay.
But I love Mike Thomas.
I'm not mad at it. Now,
Final Four.
Now, that's production on the field. Let's talk about your productivity off the field. You mentioned the NFL Legends community we're both involved in.
Yeah.
You were on the podcast, and you were talking about youth sports and your involvement and why you believe that youth sports is such a good teaching tool for young kids. What are you doing, and why do you feel that way?
Well, I've coached high school football the last 4 years at Heritage High School, so big shouts out to my people at Heritage High School.
Shout out to
also,
Heritage.
a big shout out to the Lady Huskies soccer team.
Okay.
They just won the 4A state championship.
Awesome.
All right.
Congrats.
My daughter plays on that team.
Hey, the Huskies.
Shouts out to Brianna. She should be in class.
Shout out to Bree. What up, Bree?
Brianna. But I've been there the last 4 years coaching football. And not only that, but just helping young guys feel better about themselves.
Yeah.
Try to give them the tools to operate outside of the game of football. Dwayne Washington was our head coach when I first got there, and now it's moved on to Coach Clark. But Dwayne he wanted academics to be a priority.
Yeah.
He wanted to make sure that the guys were involved in the community. Don't wait until you get to college or wait till your older years to start getting involved in your community. Start doing those things now. So we were trying to plant those seeds early for those kids.
Yeah.
And I found out it was beyond just coaching. It was almost like I was a dad. It was almost like I was a brother. It was almost like I was an uncle.
Yeah, no doubt.
To a lot of these fellas. And I enjoyed that. So I knew right away I had their ears because I played in the National Football League for so long. So they was ready to listen to anything that I had to say. So I wanted to make sure that I was pumping good information into to those kids so they can be good on the football field, but also be able to carry those things off the field.
Great. Well, listen, man, we appreciate you joining us. We can do this all day long.
Yeah, man.
And I'll say this, and we'll repeat this over and over again. You deserve in the Hall of Fame. You deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
Thank you.
And I'm pretty sure you will be. Hopefully, the NFL will come to the senses. You're a great representation of the game, and you should be rewarded as such and be in football heaven. Can't write the era of your football without you in it. And that's the definition of a Hall of Famer in my book.
I know.
Big fame.
Appreciate you joining us.
Oh, yes. Big fame, Torry Holt.
Thank
We
you
gave
so
you a
much.
mug. We hope they give you a bust.
Man, ain't
and
that
happy
nice?
birthday to
Check out
you.
my mug, yo.
We got to talk about Dwayne Haskins.
And you got to show that finger, too. I promise to produce. Oh, there it is right there.
We've got a quarterback battle going on in the
Hashtag
nation.
all hands,
Put that left one. You throwing up gang signs, man. Want to play a game?
We'll be back after this. Yes, we will talk about Dwayne Haskins, the quarterback competition out there in the nation's capital. Heard Case Keenum looked pretty good.
All right. I didn't hear
Well,
it. Did he?
yeah, he
Is
did.
he styling it?
He's making it happen, but it's
He's a
early.
survivor.
First day.
Who's that?
And who's this?
It's Goldie the Goat.
He's going